Hi guys, I Aziz welcome you to CoedMaster, and in this video I am going to talk about how to use MapMulti method with streams in Java. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Alright guys, let's begin this video. So guys, here you can see that we have a list of strings, okay? And this list of strings contains numbers. But numbers are not in a form of integers, rather it is in a form of strings. So our task is to process this list and transform these numbers from a string to its integer representation. So let's see how can we build a stream using a pipeline of operations to transform this list of strings into a list of integers. Okay, so first of all we need a source. So here these strings is going to be act as a source of a stream. Okay, let's call stream to convert this list of string into a stream of string. Okay, then we want to transpose this string into integer equivalent. So for transforming we use a map method. So let's use map method. This map method consumes one function, and that function is going to be a lambda function. Okay, and this lambda function gets string as argument, and using this string we can transform this string into integer. So let's call integer dot parseInt. ParseInt method takes one argument, and that argument is going to be string. Okay, so what is the purpose of parseInt method? This method takes string as argument and give us integer as a return value. Okay, after mapping we are going to collect all the integers into a list. So let's call collect, then collectors dot toList, and we are done. Okay, now let's store this list in a variable called list li, and the type of li is list of integers. Now let's print this list on the screen li, and if you run this program you will see that we are getting runtime exception. And what is the exception? Number format exception. Alright, so what a bummer it is. Now the question is, why are we getting this exception? So you can see that we are getting this exception because of this empty string. You can see over here for input string blank. So this means that this integer.parse method is not going to convert this blank string into a number. Now how to solve this problem? So to solve this problem we can do one thing, that we can filter this string and discard all the elements that has blank string. Okay, let's do it, and let's try to solve this problem using a filter method of stream API. So let's use filter method. Now this filter method takes one predicate, and that predicate will be run over all the elements. Okay, so this predicate is nothing but a lambda expression again, and this lambda expression accepts one string. Okay, so let's write one lambda expression that is going to discard all the elements that has empty string values. Okay, so as we know that integer.parseInt method is going to throw an exception, so it's better to wrap it inside a try block catch. Okay, let's write try and catch. Okay, now what exception it is throwing? It is throwing number format exception. So let's copy this exception, okay, and write it inside the catch block. Okay, we are done with try and catch block. Now inside of this try and catch block, let's write integer dot parseInt and give it a string. Okay, and inside of these try block we have to return true. So let's return true, because it's a predicate. Predicate always need a value, and that value is going to be boolean value. And inside of catch block let's return a false value. Okay, so we are done with writing our predicate. This predicate takes a string as argument. It tries to convert that string into integer. If it fails in converting the string into integer, it's going to return false. Otherwise, if it succeeds in converting the string into integer, it's going to return true. Now let's run the program and see what happens. So now you can see that we are able to get the perfect result as expected. We are getting a list of 1 and 3, and the blank string is discarded silently. But guys, if you look at this piece of code, there are two flaws in this type of code. The first one is we are returning true from the try block and returning false from the catch block. And this is not a good practice at all, to return true and false from the try and catch block. The second flaw with this code is we are converting this string into integer here also, and again we are doing the same thing in the map method. So we are writing the redundant code here. Now the question over here is, how can we improve this code a little better? So here, instead of filter, we can use Flatmap method. Okay. So let's try to write Flatmap method. So let's replace this filter method with Flatmap method. So Flatmap method. So let's write Flatmap. Okay. Now Flatmap takes function as argument. This function is nothing but a lambda function. Okay. Now let's remove this map from here. Now inside of this Flatmap, we have to write try and block catch because this conversion is going to throw a number format exception if we pass a blank string to it. Okay. So now inside of Flatmap, what we can do? First, we are going to remove this return true and return false from here. Okay, because we have no more a predicate. And then we can return stream of integer.parseInt of string. Okay, this is what we can do here. And if we are not able to convert this string into integer, then we are simply return a stream dot empty. So here we are returning empty string. So let's see what we are doing here. So we are using a flat map instead of filter. Okay, and inside of this flat map, we are wrapping the integer.parseInt of as inside of try block. Okay, so this means that if we are able to convert this string successfully into integer, then we are going to return a stream of integer. Otherwise, we will return a stream of empty. Okay, so now let's run the program and see what it does. So you can see that this program is also working absolutely fine. We are able to get the desired result using Flatmap method of the stream API. But again, this method is also has one flaw, and that is that it's going to create a stream of each element. So let's say if we have 10 elements inside of this list, it's going to create a 10 stream of 10 elements. So this means we have an overhead of streams when we use Flatmap method. So if you remember from the previous what Flatmap does, it's going to take a multiple streams and convert it into a one stream by flattening all the streams into one stream. So this method has one overhead that it's going to create a stream for all the elements present in the list. Now what to do? What is the solution that works better than Flatmap? Well, this is where MapMulti comes into picture to rescue us from this condition. Okay. So now let's see how can we solve this same problem efficiently using MapMulti. Okay, so let's replace Flatmap with the MapMulti. If you look at this MapMulti function, you will see that this method is taking byConsumer as argument. So let me show you what is byConsumer. So let's call multimap. Now this byConsumer is a thing, but it is also a function. Okay, so this byConsumer consumes two arguments. First is going to be the string which needs to be transformed, and second argument is going to be the consumer. So consumer is a method that is going to be called when we are able to successfully convert a string to integer. Okay, so let's remove this return statement from here. Let's remove this return statement from here. Okay, now let's call consumer dot accept, and inside of accept let's call integer dot parseInt and give it a string. Okay, now if you look at this code, the MapMulti is returning a stream of object. So we have to tell the compiler that what is the type of this MapMulti function. So the type of MapMulti method is integer. So now you can see that this is converted into a stream of integer. Okay. Now let me explain you how this MapMulti function works. So this MapMulti function takes byConsumer as argument. Why it is called byConsumer? Because it is taking two arguments here. That is why it is byConsumer. So the first argument to byConsumer is a string which needs to be processed, and the second argument to this byConsumer is consumer that needs to be called as a result of mapping. Okay, so we are calling consumer.accept. So what happens when this MapMulti sees a blank string? Okay, and then this piece of code is going to convert that string into integer. It's going to throw an exception. If exception is thrown, then this MapMulti is not going to add this string into this stream. Okay, else if we are able to convert the string successfully into integer, then this MapMulti is going to call this consumer.accept method to accept this string and convert it into integer and then add it to the existing stream. So this is how MapMulti function works, and this integer over here represents that MapMulti function is a type of integer. So that is why it is giving us a stream of integer rather than a stream of object. Now let's run the program and see how it works. You will see that again we are able to get the same result as 1 and 3. But this code is more efficient as it is not creating multiple stream for multiple elements of the list. Okay, so under the hood the MapMulti function works exactly same as Flatmap. The only difference is Flatmap creates multiple stream for all the elements, whereas MapMulti is not going to create multiple stream, rather it's going to use the same stream to add integer representation of this string into this stream. And if we cannot convert this string into integer, it simply skips that string to be added into the stream. Okay, so this is how MapMulti function works with the stream in Java. So guys, by now I hope that you have good understanding of MapMulti function and how it works and how can we solve problem using MapMulti function. So this is all from my side for this video. If you learned something valuable, then please hit the like button in order to make YouTube algorithm happy. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so my friend you never miss any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.